Good day, YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to today's video on YouTube. I just saw a couple of birds. It's almost like a now you see it and now you don't sort of moment. They're basically feeding off on some mealworms, and it's quite amazing just seeing that the mealworms have pretty much been consumed even further, which is actually quite nice to know. Obviously, I'm going to do a bit of a tour around across my backyard garden this time because I want to show you what sort of life I've seen so far. Quite amazing, I have to say, hey? That I initially thought I wasn't going to be coming to my backyard garden. We actually had a bit of rain. Of course, yes, I can see some new grass shoots starting to grow really fast, which is kind of interesting, but it's also a little bit concerning because I need to make room for my backyard garden plants, which I might be growing later on in the future, hopefully up until the end of this year, or the end of the growing season. And of course, it's editing of the growing season, but yes, I can also see another nettle, which is not very good, but considering, although it's actually close in proximity to the other neighborhood right here, it doesn't even, so why would I even bother thinking about nettles and stinky plants like that? Of course, I can see, yes, the wind is blowing right behind me. I can see all kinds of leaves falling right down to the ground. And of course, yes, the nasty spiky weeds are also right there as well, so I'm not sure if I'm going to basically trim these down and hammer these down and probably cut them down into a new size. I think these ones there look quite nice and thin, and the crow is taking over the whole video. Not sure I could pretty much show you everything. I don't know if I could pretty much buy some more bird food because I'm pretty sure that the weather recently is about to change. I think, I'm not quite totally sure about what the weather is going to be like. Today, I think in the monthly outlook across the rest of the UK, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I just wondering, is that a stinging nettle? Go away. There you go. I think it's sorted now. That nettle is dead. So who knows? I think we could get some really cold weather during the end of March and the beginning of April, even though our daylight hours are starting to increase. But we get because there's a lot of weather patterns that we really need to look after for. Of course, these nasty spiky weeds, hopefully they should be eradicated. Oops, sorry for the brightness, I've just turned up by accident. Right, so, these nasty spiky weeds, they have never been trimmed off by the landlords. I still need to wait, I don't know when, because I still need to have some clarity of when I'm going to actually trim this nasty thing right here, because look at that. It's just going from the bottom to the very top, and then such dangling down to the bottom. And of course, that is not a very good sight to see. I mean, that's almost like up until, like, you know, the rest of my garden is pretty much like game over. And there's another spiky weed as well too. There's another one right there as well. I'm not sure if I'm able to get rid of this because look how vast this nasty weed, spiky bush thing is taking over. I think that's the sort of plant sprouts lots and lots of leaves, but also it sort of bears fruit. It's blackberries. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing thinking about the fruit it bears with during summer and autumn, but I think, yeah, it's not very good when you think about that plant taking over this vast amount of space. And my screen is actually being very troublesome today. I don't know what's going on with me. Yeah, I can't really film better videos than anyone else has. There's a lot of, like, mint everywhere here. I could probably get rid of these to make some space to grow lots and lots of other plants, especially pumpkins, which I'm sort of looking forward to. And there's actually so many things I can't really discuss it. Mind you, I have to say, hey, we've got a big dandelion right there, which is actually trying to grow. Quite amazing, isn't it? But hey, who would ever think I would want them in my house? Or outside of my house. And there you go, there's another spiky weed here. They just keep on growing everywhere. Not much effort has been done to get rid of these. I did try to basically request call them, but I'm just hoping that there will be some time where I can get rid of these nasty spiky weeds and other things like that, just to make the whole garden entirely clean and somewhat spacious, because I need to grow some plants for this upcoming spring, which is actually coming up, I think astronomically next week, but it's still meteorological spring. Yes. What more can I say on the fact that it's been a relatively different sort of day? Because if you remember during time, we had a lot of rain. You know, January and February. I think March is going to pretty much accommodate the amount of rain that we've just seen, because I think we've seen far too much of it during the rest of January and February. But nevertheless, it was actually quite the improvement of what was a very long drought. Although I'd probably say, hey, summer was really amazing in terms of how much sunshine and so much warmth that we had so far. And it's actually quite windy. Who knows, I could probably get rid of that nettle, although I wouldn't dare say so. And most importantly, I think one thing I should probably do, I should probably learn how to get rid of nasty weeds in the future, because look at the amount of grass that has been taking over my pavement. See that? That's actually quite a lot of nasty weeds right there. I should probably think about getting rid of all that grass, because obviously they are just taking over my backyard garden, and there's actually quite a few of them here. So I don't know what really constitutes a weed or a plant. I've got no idea, but maybe the grass is pretty much a type of weed, but then who cares, because I'm really, sort of struggling to tell which plant is a typical plant and which one of these is a weed. And what's even more interesting is, let me just go ahead and clean up my hand for a bit, because I want to show you something. And also I had a bit of super glue montage, because I was using super glue, and that actually damaged my thumb skin, which was nasty. But there's actually something nice I want to show you before I should actually end this video, because I've got a massive stuff up to clean up. My house is in a whole stack of trouble and mess, and I'll tell you what, it's not really good, the meanings of it, but I'll tell you what, once I get this mess sorted out, I shall straightforward go back and do something that's actually a lot much more normal. We've got lots of bluebells. I could have just told you what they are, but these are bluebells. But they won't be flowering up until at least April or May, and I think they will culminate during June. Of course, yes, I think I'll get bluebells, but only just a few of them will be blossoming, because I still need to wait for the weather to improve. It is interesting to state that, hey, if you look at May of 2025, we actually had a lot of, warm and, if not hot, but very persistent sunshine. I think that was one of the good attributes about 2025, is that where we had spring having the most sunshine, and actually the sunniest spring on record, and possibly the warmest. I don't think 2026 is going to repeat that cycle when we had from like the last couple of, I don't know, I have to say it's been really, really amazing seeing 2025 being a shocker, being a complete shocking and amazing statistics sort of factor, I have to call it, because hey, spring of 2025, and let's not forget summer as well. They have been statistically hot and dry. In fact, it almost felt like as if we were going in, sub-Saharan Africa in the middle of a drought, but wonderful, even more so wonderful. Anyway, I should probably leave this video here, because I need to go ahead and start cleaning up my freaking mess up in my bedroom, and it's a complete embarrassment, because I'm actually making way for new toy review product related things. Do a toy review. I hope you'll try and make the most of what I can do before I start making delayed uploads, because when it comes into delayed uploads, man, that's not good news. That's actually more like a complete disruption to what I really work with. Anyways, I should probably show you even more of these spiky weeds. Again, what's up with the spiky weeds that are growing in my backyard garden? I feel like there hasn't been that much done into my backyard garden. Probably hasn't there, isn't it? Anyways, I should probably leave this video here. If you really enjoyed this video, please give this video a very good like. Subscribe for more for videos in the future. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.